yours, I'm a fool for your love.
Alright, what's up YouTube? We're back with another video. Before this video gets going any farther, make sure to subscribe, like, ring the bell. I appreciate all the support from you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. So if you guys like seeing this content, make sure you guys like, share the video if you guys can. But anyways, today's video is gonna be a story time. And by the title of this video, you guys will probably already know what kind of story this is. And let me start by saying that drug abuse, drug addiction is a serious matter. It's nothing to be joked about, even though it's gonna be looked at through like a comical lens in this story time. If you know somebody, help them out. So some of you might know me personally and know that I worked in a auto parts store for a long time, and this store was located like in the middle of the hood. But anyways, after working there for a few years, we got like this new co-worker that came in as management, which I thought, cool, we needed the help. The supervisor was like, hey, somebody I know from a while ago. He's a good worker, he's a good guy, I know how he works. He's a green light, let's go. So to that I was like, sure, let's get it. I came in during my day off to say what's up to the guy, because I was hyped, right? Like, we got a new co-worker, we got somebody else in management that can help us all out. So I was like, cool. I was like, hey, yo, what's up, dude? My name is Eric, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. Really shy guy. I made no big deal out of it. He's new to the area, no big deal. So as the days went by, he started kind of like loosening up a little more, talking more to the other workers, just putting his business more out there, but not to the point where you're like, okay, bro, that's like TMI. Yet one day he brought up the fact that he was living in his dad's garage. I think it was a garage or like a guest house in the back. It was one of the two. And the rules were, you could stay here and not pay rent as long as you follow like basic house rules. Don't be bringing girls in, throwing parties, blah, blah, blah. All good, right? I don't know the exact details of how this happened, but I guess he ended up like meeting a girl on the street. I'm not sure if she was homeless or if she was like a hooker, or I don't know, but he met her and he brought her home. To my understanding from what he had told me, he was keeping her in the guest room and not letting her go out. Like if she needed food, he'd bring her food, because if his dad found out, they'd both get kicked out. Fast forward a couple of days, he would always come up with that story, and I'm like, hey, yo, how are you and your lady doing, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, we're doing good, it just sucks that my dad isn't really accepting. Well, he can't be accepting because he doesn't know. And to which I would be like, dude, you gotta come clean. You either gotta tell your pops or you gotta move out. You're a grown-ass man. So here's where things start getting really crazy, right? Eventually, one day he comes up to me and he's like, hey, Eric, can I ask you something like in a personal level? And for people that know me, I'm usually like, yeah, bro, shoot, let's talk about it. He says, like, have you ever felt like an itch down there? And I was like, all right, I know you said personal, bro, but I don't know you were gonna take it there. And I was like, I feel like I'm lucky enough to say no. I've never been in that situation, right? Now at this point, I started getting concerned because I remember he had told me he brought this girl home that he didn't know and that he helped her get off the streets. So I don't know if she could have, gave him something. So I was like, nah, bro, I've never had that. And he was like, oh, okay. No, I was just asking because I've been feeling like a big discomfort, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, I'm not a doctor, but you should probably go see a doctor. So we kind of joked about it a little bit, went on with our day. And then things are awkward because after that point, he would show up to work by like mad late, right? I'm talking like 30 minutes late, an hour late. He'd go to lunch and like not come back from lunch. So things just got like a little bit iffy, like, bro, like what's going on, right? And again, fast forward a couple more days and he's saying like, dude, like things are tough at home, blah, blah, blah. My pops he's on to me, I think he knows. And I caught my girl sneaking out the other day to get something, and I got mad at her because I told her not to get out. So I told her she can't stay in my place no more. So I said, where the heck is she staying? I thought she was staying with you. To my surprise, right? They were both living in his car at this point. So I was like, why are you both in your car, right? Your dad's giving you a place to stay, not charging you rent, but you're living in your car? And he said, oh, it's because I don't want to make her uncomfortable by staying in the car by herself, so I'm sleeping in the car with her. Bruh, I was like, bro, you gotta just kick her to the curb. She gave you the itch. You're about to lose your house because of her. You need to get going, bro. You need to just get it out. But maybe it's just me, because I'm like, I guess I'm kind of like a jerk sometimes. I tend to be like a dick sometimes. And he was like, nah, bro, I can't do it, blah blah blah, that's wrong, blah blah blah. All right, I respect your decision. I'm just telling you, things ain't looking too nice. Days kept going. The supervisor was getting a little bit like frustrated because this new coworker would go to lunch and not come back, like I said. So we're like, yo, that's a trip, right? And we started noticing that his car at night, because I lived around that area, so I started noticing that at night when I would go out, his car was parked outside of work in our parking lot. And so that was my perspective, right? Like, he's there at night. And I heard somebody one time talking about his car being there early in the morning. So we started realizing that he was sleeping in his car in the parking lot. So at this point, we know things are bad, right? We're like, bro, it's not good. Like, what's going on? He was always like, nah, you know, everything's good. Things are just rough. That was his thing. Things are just rough. I was like, bro, what the hell, right? They saying your car's out here like early in the morning. What's going on? And he admitted to me, like, I can't sleep outside my house because if my dad sees I'm not home, he's gonna look outside. He sees my car. He goes look in my car. I'm there sleeping with this girl. It's not a good look. Again, fast forward a couple of days. This happened through like a course of like 2-3 months. So bear with me. A worker showed up to work mad late. I think he was late like 30 minutes. Started working, blah blah. His lunch was up, or he was due for lunch. He left to lunch and he was like, all right, I'll be back. Left to lunch. He was an hour and a half into his lunch and he wasn't back yet. He only got an hour lunch. So my supervisor was like, you know what, just go to lunch and I'll handle him when he gets here. So I'm driving back home for lunch, and I spotted his car parked on the side of the road with the door open. So I'm like, bro, like, is he good? So I drove past him and he was in his car just knocked out, and I swear he had like a needle on his hand. I'm like, bruh, like, I couldn't believe it, right? Like, yo, this dude is like injecting himself with something during his lunch, drugging himself up so much that he passes out and forgets to come back to work. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep that to myself. I don't know what's going on, that's his business, right? So whatever, went on my lunch, came back, because they asked me like, yo, did you see him? I was like, I don't know, I haven't seen him. As the days went by, he'd show up and he'd have like scabs on his arm. He'd always be like super itchy now. He was just off. He was on something, you could tell. And everybody was trying to pick up that he was on something because he looked like he was on something. Eventually, I think he had so many absences and tardies build up that the supervisor was just talking to me, and he was like, you know what? We're gonna have to let him go. They're like, I can't keep dealing with this. So I try to kind of talk him out of it, like, you know, maybe another chance, like try to work with dude, blah blah blah. He's like, nah, that's enough, it's enough. I understand, you know, you got a job to do, you gotta do what you gotta do, take care of it. I wasn't working the day that the supervisor confronted him, but I got wind from one of my coworkers that things got tough. One of my coworkers told me that right when he walked in through the door, the manager called him to the office. And, I mean, nobody really got to hear exactly what the manager and him talked about. After that, he walked out crying. And when they told me that he walked out crying, it clicked in my head that one of the times where I told him, like, bro, the manager's onto you, he's not really happy with how you're not showing up on time, he was almost in tears saying, like, dude, if I lose this job, my dad's kicking me out the house. Like, I can't lose this job, like, I need this job. So at that point, my heart just sunk. I was like, bro, like, this man really about to lose his house or his room. He's gonna get kicked out the house. He's with this girl that's like no good for him at all. So yeah, he got fired. He left in tears. Boom, right? It's done. The trippy part, his dad, this employee who got terminated, his dad called the workplace and was like, yo, like, have you guys seen him? I haven't seen him in a couple of days. I was just checking if he came into work today. The supervisor was like, no, he doesn't work here no more, he got termed. For the dad, that was like what? What do you mean he got termed? I guess the dad hadn't seen him for like weeks at this point. So I'm assuming the dad, from what I heard, came into the workplace, talked to the supervisor, was like, yo, like, what happened? I don't know what they said. Ever since then, I mean, I haven't heard of the dude. I hope he's good. I lied. I did hear someone say that he was like being like an Uber driver now, I don't know. That taught me like, yo, who you hang out with, who you involve yourself with, could really throw your life off course. For me, I was just thinking like, this guy, he got off a divorce and he was coming back, and he was trying to get his life together, and messing with this girl just threw him off rail. And while he was kind of like telling us how sad he was, and like how he really needed to have this job, he brought up his ex-wife. He's like, like, I miss my ex-wife, blah blah blah. I wish I was still with her. I wish she could have worked things out. She was a nurse. I had a nice home, blah blah blah. One of my idiot ass co-workers was like, bro, you should just stop thinking about it. She's probably getting her cheeks clapped by some other guy right now. Bro, you don't say that to a guy that's freshly divorced and is just like missing his wife. Like, what the heck? And you know who you are. If you're watching this video, you're a clown for that one, bro. I've never heard something so savage in my life. You're wild. But yeah, anyways, I hope he's doing good. He was cool. I know he's going through a lot, so hopefully he's doing good. Like I said, who you hang out with, who you get yourself involved with, can really, really, really influence your life in ways that you might not be thinking it does. You could think you're helping them out, and by helping them out, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Just because you want to help everybody doesn't mean that everybody wants to help you. So don't be selfish, but be aware of who you're around. Anyways, that's gonna be the end for the story time. I gotta head out to the gym, finish drinking this crap that tastes disgusting, and get a workout in. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want more story times, let me know. I got a ton of them, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.